On today's episode, Erik does the one-chip challenge for Ukraine. Can he make it? Or will he burn his ass off? Then talks about truckers in America. They are super pumped for super pumped. Dee Snider is our hero for Ukraine and Dolly Parton is the queen of rock and roll. We got a whole lot of shit to talk about, so put your brain down and shut the fuck up.
Coming to you from one of the most resourceful, independent, and badass generations of all time. Welcome to the Gen X Brothers Podcast. Join Erik and Glenn, two half-brothers that make up one hell of a show.
Hey, greetings, my doomsday dwellers.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
How you doing today, Erik?
You know, right, man. You're geared up. We got a crazy show today, but I'm not going to say anything yet.
Yeah, you're pumped up.
And Blitz standing by.
Blitzkrieg, yeah. I do have to say something real quick here. Recently, I drove across the country with my son. I'm going to say something that's not very popular to start the show. And I'm not talking about all of them, but there is a certain number of these people on the planet or on the roads that are basically the worst pieces of shit on the planet. And that is truck drivers. Okay.
Oh, shit.
I'm not talking about all of them. I'm sure there are some.
Yeah. I got a lot of friends that are truck drivers, man.
But I swear to you, driving across the country through Arizona, through New Mexico, through Texas, I have come across the biggest assholes, motherfuckers that have no respect whatsoever for other cars on the road, man. They are just fucking horrendous. I'm telling you, so many times I was driving. Listen, if I'm in a lane, I have the fucking right of way. Whatever lane I'm in, whether I'm in the fast lane or whether I'm in the slow lane, the passing lane. If I am in the fast lane, passing a truck, almost every time I came across, listen, I don't know what they're going to fucking do. I don't know if they're trying to gather speed or pass the truck in front of them, but the least they could do is put a fucking blinker on before they almost run me off the road. Okay, twice at least.
Would you see the blinker though? Would you see the blinker because the truck is so big?
Well, yeah, you see the blinker. It's a huge truck. They got these fucking blinkers coming out of nowhere.
Maybe they're putting it on, but it takes a while for it to get to the end of the truck.
Well, okay. So back in the day, many years ago, there used to be a rule. At least this was my understanding: is that if a trucker puts his blinker on. Obviously, if you see it, the courteous thing to do is to let them in. And I get that because they're big, they can't see. So you flash your lights and you kind of let them know that you're letting them in. And usually if you don't flash your lights or let them know I think it was by the sixth time it blinks, then they're allowed to go. That was my understanding. That's what I don't know if that's correct or whatever. That's just what I heard. If the blinker goes off 5 to 6 times, then they're allowed to go because, hey, they gave you plenty of warning. But I'm telling you, every fucking time, either they wouldn't put a blinker on at all, or they would just put it on and it would flash once, and then they would just fucking go right in front of me when they could clearly see I was passing them, that I was doing 80, 90 miles an hour. And that's the speed limit. 80 miles an hour is the speed limit in Texas and New Mexico. But they're going like 60, 70 miles an hour. And they just fucking go right in front of me. And twice this happened where they came right into my lane and I had to slam on my brakes and slide out into the middle divider because they just came right fucking in my lane. Like nothing. And they're just so fucking inconsiderate, so fuck you truckers. I know everybody's supposed to support the truckers. I do support the truckers.
Those dirty mother truckers.
But there's certain drivers that are just completely irresponsible. And they probably know this. The good truckers probably know that there are a certain number of irresponsible motherfucking fuckheads.
What's worse, truckers or Asian drivers?
An Asian trucking driver. I don't know.
Yeah. How about an Asian woman trucker?
That's fucking racist, man.
I'm going to get heat for that one.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why it's getting so bad, is because I know there's a lot more female truckers on the road these days. But
those mother truckers.
That would be
mother
sexist.
trucking mother. Hey, do you remember when we were kids though? We used to love trucks though.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we used to drive next to.
Remember we used to do where you do the thing and get them to honk the horn. We just stand up. Remember the trailer park? We used to stand on that road for hours, man, just letting those trucks go by.
And they would go and honk and
then we even had a little collection of the die-cast little metal trucks, and it was like a big thing for us to collect those little trucks.
And I think we even had a walkie-talkie at some point to where if you were on the right channel, you used to be able to talk with the truckers.
Well, remember I used to have that little guitar amp. This is after I started playing guitar, and somehow the truckers would actually it was a little state of the art amp or whatever they called it.
Yeah, and it picked up their transmissions.
Yeah, it would pick up we'd be hearing them talking or something, my amplifier.
And then we got walkie-talkies at some point. We're like breaker 19 and all that shit.
We used to prank call. That's how bad we were prank calling. Not only did we prank call using phones, but we were so addicted to prank calling, we actually used the CBs and walkie-talkies.
Yeah, just to fuck with people.
Fuck with the truckers.
But no, I mean, that's what I mean. There used to be a general respect, and I don't know where that's gone. And maybe some of you good truck drivers out there can let us know, write to us and tell us. Or
I got a few friends that are truck drivers, and they, obviously they're probably, I don't know what they do on the road, but obviously our uncle too was a truck driver.
Yeah, our uncle grew up
Uncle Tommy,
Foster Farms.
Foster Farms.
But I'm telling you, listen, I got no problem with a truck driver who puts on his blinker, waits for a clearing and go. And people are going to say, oh, but sometimes it's hard for truckers to drive when they're going uphill. They got to catch speed and they don't want to lose speed. Yeah, but if there's traffic, you still got to slow down. So fuck you. Why do you then have to fucking cut me off or cut anybody off for that matter? Just because you want to gain an extra mile, because you're going to cut me off in the fast lane. I'm doing 90. You're going 1 mile an hour faster than the truck beside you. So now I'm stuck behind you for like 20 fucking minutes while you climb up the hill. Fuck you, like why do you get paid to fucking drive? You're getting paid to be in that job. So regardless of whether you go 1 mile faster or slower, whereas I could go 10 to 20 miles faster. Why are you fucking and again, it has nothing to do with that really. It has to do with the right of way. I'm in the fucking lane. I have the right of way. Just because you put your blinker on doesn't mean you have the right to just fucking maul me over and go right into the other lane. Fuck you.
It's the size of their trucks.
It's like that shit pisses me off, man. Have some fucking decency and courtesy.
It's probably because of the size of their trucks. It is that they just feel that power.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, they know that they can just fucking run you over. And they don't give a shit about it,
That's why you need to become a truck driver, man, so you can set the standard what they need to be going by.
And just to be fair, I did see at one point a truck driver who went into the fast lane, and I let him go, and there was another car in front of me, and actually there wasn't a car in front of me. There was this asshole coming up behind me, cut in front of me, this little tiny car, and then the truck. Mm-hmm. You knew it was going to get over once it passed the other truck, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as it passed the other truck that it was passing, this little car just fucking jammed right onto the side because it was impatient. And I'm impatient too, but I'm not I don't have a death warrant. They fucking just jammed right in there. And then the truck was going over and it almost crushed that little car. But
yeah,
I mean, so I can understand that there are cars that are assholes too. Fuck you, truckers. Have a little bit more decency for the cars around you. So fucking get the truckers. I say make all trucks electric. Get them off the fucking road, put them in a tunnel underground, like make a Elon Musk boring company, just fucking build tunnels throughout the whole fucking United States and let the trucks go through there. Keep them off of my fucking road.
Hey, buddy, what are you talking about us truckers for like that? Hey, what is this? What you got against us truckers?
I got everything against you motherfuckers. No.
A-tab. All truckers are bastards, right? Like A-cab. So all cops are bastards. All truckers are bastards. You're going to be spray painting that down.
Well, not all. Again, for me to say all of anything is just ignorant. Not everybody is bad. There are good truck drivers. There's good people out there. But those truck drivers know that there's a select few assholes that probably don't know how to drive. They probably got their license in a hurry because of the crunch of people needing more drivers on the road. They're just not, they're careless. They're fucking careless as shit, man.
Put it this way, one bad trucker is one bad trucker too many.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, driving through Texas, man, there's one thing about Texas. They don't let you forget what fucking state you're in. Because I'm telling you, even when I was driving through the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre neighborhoods deep in the heart of Texas, every fucking block you either saw a flag, a Texas flag, or a symbol of Texas, or a star of Texas, or the fucking outline of the state of Texas. Everywhere you, like, fucking A, I've never seen so many Texas flags in my life. They don't want to forget, or they have short memory spans. They don't know where they're at. They got to remember what state they're in, but Fucking
did you see Ted Cruz leaving for Cancun or anything?
Kicked his ass out. That's what I did. No.
Every time you see a meme and it shows Ted Cruz with packing his bags walking through the airport,
that's
on his way to Cancun.
I hope so, man. Fuck Ted Cruz.
I like that one meme where it shows Zelensky like all geared up for battle in Ukraine, and the other picture like Ted Cruz walking through the airport going to Cancun. Like they're politicians versus our politicians.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking coward ass motherfucker, man. So that's my rant this week because, like I said, I was driving across the country, man. I was pissed off in fact, I enjoyed driving through. There was at some point I was driving through the upper part of Texas from San Antonio over to Lubbock, Texas. And it was basically, like I said, it was rural shit. There was no one around, but at least there were no truckers on the road on that area, even though I had to stop every 20 miles to go through some little fucking town, beautiful country. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure if I broke down, I'd be fucking getting fucked with the pigs or something like that.
Well, my little rant is whoever the Amazon guy is that packed my frickin' Judas Priest record and to mail it to me instead of putting it in the cardboard box like you're supposed to, they just put it in a plastic bag and then deliver. And then when I got it, it was all bent up and shit. Like, well, the record's fine, but the cover's all bent.
Yeah, well, fucking make them replace it because that shit's supposed to be a collector's item, right?
Kind of, it was a reissue, but still.
Yeah, but you can say that. You say, hey, I bought this to be a collector's item. How am I supposed to fucking collect it with this bent ass fucking case?
My Donald Trump Funko came all bent up. That thing's worth $120. Now mine's are worth like $10. But if it was in mint condition, like all my other ones, it would have been worth $120. But it came from China. Whoever shipped it from China didn't put it in a box. They just put it in a plastic bag.
Yeah, wow.
They got it all bent up. But it's Donald Trump, so you got to figure anything you get from Donald Trump's going to be fucked up.
Anything you get from Donald Trump's going to be from fucking China. That's the best part. He believes in America first. He sells America out first. That's what he believes in, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Donald Trump's the first one to sell you out to China. That's motherfucker.
China.
We're pretty much here, man, to fucking stand for Ukraine. I know we got a lot of shit on our TikTok for people fucking complaining and whining and bitching because we're saying that a lot of the Republicans are for Russia and not for Ukraine, which, again, I'm not saying I'm never going to say all the people. There's a certain select few of people that are stupid. There's a certain select few of people, and they just happen to be Republicans. They just happen to be part of QAnon.
Well, look at the terrible three, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, and that freaking Martin Boebert or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was 8 Republicans that just voted against that bill to help Ukraine, or there's some kind of bill that was supposed to be helping with Ukraine, and there were the only 8 that voted against it, and they're just plastering their pictures all over the place, and they're looking all defiant.
To stay on politics, that kind of pissed me off because Joe Manchin, right, who is supposed to be a Democrat or whatever, and again, I'm for neither side, but I'm for both sides. I'm for whatever helps the American people out. Yeah. But this motherfucker was complaining when that Build Back America thing from Joe Biden about spending all this money on America, right? He was fucking complaining. I don't want to spend billion or whatever the fuck. I don't remember the details, right? He was complaining. But then he's fucking proud as shit that he just passed that bill and saying, oh, I want more money for the Ukrainians. I want billions of dollars for the fucking... Like, okay, I understand if you want to be that way for both sides. Hey, I want billions of dollars for Americans and I want billions of dollars for Ukraine. But don't fucking knock shit on America, right? And say, I don't want this much money to go to Americans, but you're okay with spending that much money on Ukraine? Fuck you flip-flopping piece of shit.
Maybe it's a marketing strategy. He's probably, when he runs for president, he's going to be able to just get everybody's vote no matter what.
No, he's a fucking flip-flopping fucking dipshit piece of fucking cocksucking motherfucker, man. I hate those people. I hate all fucking politicians. They're all like that, man.
That's why I'm glad to be independent, man. Just like call them all out.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's a Democrat. I'll call this fucking dumbass out. I'll call a Republican out. I'll call any of you motherfucking dipshits out, man. You fucking...
Call it like we see it.
Like I said, help the American people and help Ukraine, help everybody, but don't be fucking stingy when it comes to America and then proud to blow a bunch of fucking money on Ukraine.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
We're paying taxes on, we're the ones paying for that shit, my tax dollars, so fucking have it go all the way around.
Yeah,
man.
Exactly.
Help everybody. So anyway, the point is, before I get too riled up here and I start fucking yelling.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been gearing up for this all week. What are we gonna do?
The point is, we're gonna support Ukraine one way, and that is called The one chip challenge for Ukraine. You got it right there.
Yeah, and only I'm gonna do it because Glenn here don't got the balls.
Fuck no.
What's the hottest thing you ever ate? Like a jalapeno?
Hottest thing I ever ate was fucking Taco Bell mild taco sauce.
Taco Bell mild sauce.
No.
Yeah. I worked my way up. It used to be, jalapeno, then I got up to the habanero, then the ghost pepper, and now like Carolina Reaper.
So just in case people don't know, explain what this challenge is about.
It's always been around. This is like the newest version, the 2021 version. I used to have the red box, but I let it expire because I didn't have the balls to do it. But now I got a good cause to do it for. So, but most people just do the challenge where they eat it, and it takes 5 minutes for the burn to actually go through your entire mouth and blow your face up and everything else and blow your ass out. So I'm nervous to do it because the videos I watch, man, some of those people are throwing up and they're feeling like this crazy heat in the back of their head. I don't know if anybody's ever had a heart attack or died from it, but we'll see. I mean,
I did actually read that nobody has ever died from the one chip challenge.
Okay, no one's ever died until now.
Yeah.
My luck,
I'll call 911 for you. So
the idea is hopefully, if everyone knows, there's always a challenge. Do you remember the ice bucket challenge? And I think those things usually end up kind of becoming a thing that helps people raise money for charities and things like that. There was a Tide Pod challenge. Unfortunately, that went south because of the idiots. There's always going to be an idiot that's going to ruin it for everyone. So I'm hoping no idiots take advantage of this. Like, just make sure you can handle hot stuff before you do what I'm going to be doing. And if you're a kid, make sure your parents are in the room.
I don't think kids are allowed. Like, just read the warning.
Yeah, I wouldn't even recommend it. Yeah, I wouldn't even recommend it for kids. The warning says, I can't even read it really well. Do not eat if you are sensitive to spicy foods, allergic to peppers, nightshades, or capsaicin. What are nightshades? Nightshade flowers or something?
Yeah.
Or especially if you're pregnant. What happens if you eat it when you're pregnant? When your baby
that baby comes out Mexican.
Mexican. He's racist, man.
Hey, my son's half Mexican, so that's how he be.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm not racist. My son's half Mexican.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to do the one chip challenge. And Paqui is the one that does this. So, if anyone who's familiar with Paqui, they also have the ghost pepper hot chips. I think those are super hot, those ghost pepper chips. You can get them they only come every once in a while in Safeway or in the grocery store. But those to me are super hot, and they're hotter than some of the hot sauces I have in my refrigerator that I get from Hot Ones, the YouTube special. Look, it's got the Carolina Reaper. If anybody knows about peppers, this Carolina Reaper is the hottest pepper on the planet. That's actually recorded as the hottest pepper. There's Pepper X, but it hasn't been recorded by the Guinness yet. Ed Curry is still working on that. He invented this pepper, the Carolina Reaper. But it also has a scorpion pepper. So these are the two hottest peppers.
That's too hot for me. Shit.
Yeah. So and I looked it up. It's 1.2 million Scoville heat units, and what that means is that when you compare it to jalapenos, it's like eating. I think it was like 50,000 jalapenos at once or something. Is basically with the heat.
And so, what are you going to do then? You're just going to eat it little bit by little bit and let it build up, or you're just going to?
I figure, while I'm eating it in its heat, I figure I'd count down my top 20 albums of 2021. As you can see, I got a few here, and try to get through my whole entire list while my mouth is burning, and see if I can get through the whole. And, commentate on it on each album. Okay. While my mouth is on fire.
I'll tell you what, Eric, that seems a little easy to me. I mean, what if it doesn't bother you? So I think I think we should make it. I think we should bring it up a notch here. Okay. I think we're gonna challenge you a little bit better. I'll tell you what I'll do, because I know what your favorite albums are and I know what you like. So I think what I'll do instead is I'm gonna ask you trivia questions while you're suffering and see how many you can get right. And I'll tell you what I'll do too, since this is for a good cause. It's for Ukraine. So just right off the bat, for doing the challenge, I'm going to donate $100 to the World Central Kitchen, which is a great foundation. It's helping feed refugees as they come across from Ukraine into Poland and different countries. I'll donate $100 just for you doing the challenge. Since I'm too chicken to take it myself, I'll just put the money up, right?
Yeah. Yes. I'm donating my soul.
And for every question you get right, and there's a few softballs in there. There's a few easy ones. For every question you get right, I'll donate another $20 to the cause. Right. And the World Central Kitchen is basically, there's a foundation that Dee Snider from Twisted Sister is fronting. It's, what is it called? It's called
World United Live.
World United Live, and he's trying to get all these celebrities and all these people together.
Actually, it's worldunited.live is the web.
Worldunited.live. We'll put the link in our bios of all of our social media when we put this up. Dee Snider's doing a really good job of promoting that, and he's trying to basically inform and educate the Russian people about what is happening in Ukraine because they're being lied to at the moment. So we're doing this challenge in the name of Dee Snider, in the name of World United Live. Obviously, you cannot donate money directly to this site, but one of the foundations that they believe in is the World Central Kitchen, and that's the one that I like the best. And it's only fitting since we're doing an eating challenge to help feed the people of Ukraine as they come across.
Yeah, because if you think about it right now, like the refugees, those are the ones that really, really need help. It would be great if we could just help everyone that's dying in the war and everything, but there's the millions of refugees that are, they're being misplaced and they need food, they need housing, and I believe this charity here can go a long way to help that,
So I mean, like I said, I'll ask you these questions. I'll wait a little bit. We'll see how you're suffering first. I'll wait till you get in there before I start bombarding you with them. But I think I have about 13 questions. If you can get through them all, that's a pretty good chunk of change.
So
open that thing up and let's see.
So this is the first time I ever opened one up. Obviously, here's how it comes in the box. Look at all that in the inside there. Bunch of warnings. And,
the scorpion and
nice
shit.
packaging. Real peppers, real heat. Kind of comes with a cool little.
And how much did that cost?
$20. Well, I got it for 20, but sometimes I see them go for 30. I'm not sure why Amazon has different prices. I think it's different. People sell it at different prices. I get off Amazon, but Paqui is obviously the makers of it. So Paqui, we're asking that. If this goes viral, Paqui, and you start getting all these orders for these chips, man, we want you to donate some of those funds to the Ukraine.
Yeah, so let's make it everybody out there who's willing
to do this challenge.
Again, you have to be willing, and you obviously you put all the safety protocols in place.
You got to be safe about it.
Do the one chip challenge for Ukraine. That is the idea. Mm-hmm. This is for Ukraine.
I'm afraid to open it, man. Because some of those videos I watch, man, right when they open it, you can tell the guy's like
sniff that shit, man.
Yeah, the smell and I should have freaking. And here's another thing. I can't drink any milk during the whole thing.
Yeah, so there's that. You got to suffer through it without.
Yeah, I got to suffer through. But I do have a glass standing by just in case, because I don't want to die over it, but you never know.
And if you can't do it, Erik, the fucking people of Ukraine have to suffer. They don't get to eat tonight because of you. So think about that, young man.
Yeah, and the significance of this is that, this is suffering in a sense that, obviously this is nothing suffering compared to what they're going through.
No, not at all.
I feel like this is something, but this is a suffering that to show our support and us standing with Ukraine. And
especially if, what's his name? Zelensky. If he can take being shot at and shit, then you can take a few Scovilles.
Yeah. Exactly. Zelensky, man. Matter of fact, I should challenge him to after. Do the hot challenge. Next time we talk to the UN, man.
Right in the middle. Right in the middle being bombed and shit. He's like, I'm going to do the one chip challenge.
You don't give me no airspace. I'm doing that one chip challenge.
He used to be a comedian, so he should get it,
Yeah, he get it. Okay, so trying to open this. Supposedly, you got to do it real easy.
Just remember, Erik, if you get that shit on your fingers, man, don't rub your eyes. Oh, damn. It's blue corn, so that's why it's black.
Blue corn looks like. Okay, so I'm barely touching it.
Okay. Do you want to just take a little bit just to kind of get warmed up? Or?
All right, that's our show. Bye, guys.
Oh, wait, don't worry, guys. We'll cut it. And then the rest from that is just all pretend.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, just so you know, there's no editing on this. This is straight freaking. It doesn't smell like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to really hit me really hard with the aroma. Like Grandma always said, just got to jump in and swim,
All right, so here we go. The one chip challenge for Ukraine. Erik, we'll eat the Paqui hot chip.
Yeah, I'm going to take one 2021 version. Scorpion and I'm just trying to stall here. Scorpion and Carolina Reaper. I'll take one big bite.
Oh shit. Oh damn, you're crazy.
Okay, right away.
When I see the tears coming, that's when
I'm feeling heat. Mm-hmm.
Does it feel bad or is it just how's it? But it's gonna sneak up on you, right?
It's gonna sneak up on me.
Oh shit.
Yep.
I guess we should add a code word to fucking call an ambulance. Are you gonna eat the whole thing or are you gonna wait a little bit?
No fuck, man.
Better you than me.
Are we at 5 minutes yet?
Shit, we barely started, boy. You got 10 seconds.
I think my eyeliner's running, right?
Are you okay?
Metal Voice. This is the coolest metal show on the internet. About rock and metal. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Okay, just... Oh, man. Okay, where's those questions? You better do it fast before the thing goes out.
When you fucking stood up and pointed to your chest, I thought you were fucking having a heart attack, so don't do that shit. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Let's give it a shot. Metal Voice.
All right. Here we go.
Well, I got one more piece.
All right, one more piece. And we're going to start off the questions. We're going to start off easy, Eric. Okay, here we go. What band or person made the album Leave a Scar?
Dee Snider. Woo!
All right, you got that one. $20 in the hole. There
That was
we
number
go.
2 on my top 20.
All right, Halloween's new release in 2021 is called what?
Halloween or Halloween? Halloween the band, right?
Yeah, Halloween.
It's self-titled.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, well, why they would self-title it this far away, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, who is the lead singer of Cradle of Filth? You better get that one.
Danny Phil.
In Iron Maiden, it's an Iron Maiden question.
Uh-oh. Shit, my battery's about to die.
Who is worth more money, Bruce Dickinson or Steve Harris?
Bruce Dickinson.
I don't know which one is true because we can't verify that. But either way, you win.
Where were we? Well, I still haven't drank no milk.
Okay, so you're still suffering, Eric. How's it feel? Is it hot?
Oh shit, motherfuckers! This is for you, Ukraine. You're not motherfuckers, but I this chip is.
All right, so
Fuck you, Putin.
from Iron Maiden, name the third song on the album Senjutsu.
Oh shit. Writing on the wall.
Yes. There you go. You got that one.
1,000 times.
All right, so here's one off the wall. What famous horror actor appeared on the Cradle of Filth album Midian?
Paul Netchie?
No, it was Doug Bradley from Pinhead.
Oh shit. I have no idea who the hell Doug Bradley is.
He's
Who's
Pinhead
that?
from Hellraiser.
Oh shit. I'm really bad with that.
All right. So what LA Guns member helped produce our first album, The Building Up and Breaking Down of Matter?
Phil Lewis.
Yes, Phil Lewis.
He's our claim to fame.
Guitar virtuoso Steve Vai appeared alongside Ralph Macchio in what 80s movie?
Man, I just got his new album in the mail today. Crossroads.
Crossroads, yes.
Ooh, my mouth is burning. Look at I got the milk by me, but I can't drink it.
The
Ooh, it's hard to
band,
breathe.
all right, there's only a few more left, Eric. You only missed one. So
Hard
the
to breathe.
band Postmortem Superstar, who is the lead singer and drummer from Postmortem Superstar?
Oh, buddy, Tony, my brother
Mr. Tony.
from another mother
All right.
and father. My nose is running.
What is the name of the new release from Nervosa?
Perpetual Chaos. Nervosa, right? Perpetual Chaos.
Yeah, you got that one right, but you kind of glitched out there for a second. So
Oh shit!
okay.
Must be the
Well-
hot chip.
it's affecting the electronics.
Yep.
And then we
That's
just
probably why
talked
my
about
battery
this
died.
one. The last one should be easy. What foundation is Dee Snider of Twisted Sister supporting for Ukraine?
worldunited.live. Woo!
worldunited.live. Woo! All right, so you
my
only
hero.
missed one. So that's 12.
Dee Snider, man, he stood up for us back in 1985-86 with the PMRC, and now he's fighting for Ukraine, man. That dude's a fucking trooper. And my mouth is on fire. I want to challenge somebody. I want to nominate somebody to do this fucking chip challenge, man. I'm going to nominate somebody who I think should be able to pull it off while playing one of the most complex bass lines. Everyone should know this guy. And I'm looking right at you, Davey, with my runny eyes, my running eyeliner from this heat. Davey 504,
There you go.
Mr. YouTube, Magnifico. I can't even say it because my freaking mouth is on fire.
Master bass player.
I'm challenging you to do this hot chip challenge for Ukraine while playing, and you can look it up. I know every bass player should know this bass solo. John Entwistle from The Who. John Entwistle from The Who, from his 2000 performance in Atlanta, Georgia, his bass solo. I think it's about 12 minutes long, but
So you hear that, Davey 504? We're challenging you.
we're challenging you,
To the
man.
one chip challenge for Ukraine.
Oh, my nose is running.
So you got 12 questions right. So that means $240 for Ukraine plus the $100 for the initial challenge. So that's $340 I will donate to World Central Kitchen.
I'm going to donate some money too, baby, but I got to check my account, but I donated some money too.
You deleted you're donating your suffering.
Yeah, everyone that streams music, look up my song Warmonger on Spotify, iTunes, and every stream I'm going to donate all the stream royalties to Ukraine as well, even if it's just $10.
For 20 million streams.
Yeah, every fraction of a cent counts.
Right on.
The Warmonger.
So hey, it's not much, but it'll help. And if we can spread the word, if everybody else can donate too or do something like this, how you feeling, Erik? You look like you're suffering.
Yeah.
Do you want to drink the milk now? It's been.
I don't know. I feel like a wimp if I do.
Or you just want to continue throughout the rest of the show suffering.
I want to nominate someone else too. I want to nominate Corey Feldman.
If you're really the comeback king, Corey.
Yeah, this is your challenge, right? Yeah.
Get your song out there.
Redemption for that video.
He's going to have to do a lot more than that to redeem himself for that shit. He has to do the dance, the choreographed dance from the Comeback King while he's eating.
While eating the chip.
While he ate the chip, and he has to do that dance. So so you haven't drinking the milk yet. Let's see if you can play.
There's a lady who knows. Can you play all the Stairway to Heaven? Blister is cold and my mouth burns like hell. Stairway to Hell, man.
I think the worst part is you're going to feel it worse coming out than it did coming in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get fire ass. Everyone that knows what it's like to eat something really hot, but you feel it in the morning when you get on the toilet and your ass just burns. And I want to ask this question. How does your ass feel that shit? Does it have taste buds or something? I can barely talk. My mouth is numb.
Those peppers are burning all the way down, man. Actually, I think you're taking it better than most people. I don't see any tears. Are you crying? Or I can't really see.
I mean, you see my eyeliner is a little runny. That's why I wear eyeliner, just so I can run, so I can look like a crazy maniac. My nose is running.
Yeah, it's usually.
Yeah, my mouth is numb, but yeah, luckily I didn't throw up. Like I've seen some people throw up. But it could be just because I did, I have been eating a lot of hot stuff in the past year or so, building up the tolerance. I think that helped. I bet a lot of those people that do the challenge that are really suffering is because they haven't built no tolerance up.
Yeah, certainly. And plus too, some people are more sensitive to spicy food than others.
Yeah. How long is Stairway to Heaven? About 13 minutes?
Yeah, you can play the whole thing.
There's a lady who knows all that glitters is gold, and my mouth is burning like hell. Ow!
There you go. Holy shit.
A little bit of Stairway to Hell.
All right, so I hope this encourages people to donate money to Ukraine.
Even if you have to blow up your mouth to do
whatever foundation you can find. Of course, make sure it's a legitimate foundation. Don't just give your money to some guy fucking asking you for your PayPal account. Or
make sure you've seen any TikTok videos where they're reporting from Ukraine. Make sure they're really in Ukraine and not in their backyard, at their local liquor store pretending they're in Ukraine just to get donations.
I think I missed one of the questions.
Oh, bonus question.
I wanted to ask, but
okay, ask it bonus. My mouth is still on fire, man. Let's see if there's definitely a distraction.
Okay, the last bonus question is: what famous music magazine has supported the Los Angeles area for the past 30 years?
High Wire Days.
Yes. High Wire Days it is. They have been supporting underground music, popular music, metal music, punk rock music, any type of music that's out there
all the genres
for the past 30 years. So help support them too. All right. So now I need you to say your ABCs frontwards and backwards. Isn't that like a fucking sobriety? I can't even say the fucking ABCs backwards. Can you?
You better hope you can if you ever get pulled over, even if you're not drinking.
That's such a dumb rule. Like, how the fuck Z, Y?
I'll be seeing you in my DUI classes. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm partially dyslexic and I can't even do it.
So that was a good challenge, Erik. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm glad I did it, man. I had like I said, I had the older version for a whole year just sitting on my shelf that I just had working with the balls to do it. I even have the hot lollipop in my closet. I've had that for 3 years. It's probably so I figure if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it for a good cause. And at the same time, I got to get a new chip because the old one was expired. And I know my I could already feel my stomach starting to kind of hurt a little bit. So
yeah, a lot of people say they get the hiccups or something. So
yeah, I didn't get no hiccups, which I'm surprised because I've gotten hiccups before when I had it. There's a hot sauce called Da Bomb, which you've probably seen on Hot Ones, which is like on one of the hot sauces, and that one's super hot. I don't know why they don't say that one for the last one, because that's way hotter than that stupid Last Dab one. Last Dab ain't that hot.
Well, let it be known that Erik always comes prepared because in the middle of the challenge, his laptop
it's like
shut off.
Yeah, for some reason the freaking battery I was like sitting there fucking with the damn power strip and everything, and so I had to plug it straight into the wall, I guess.
Fucking classic Erik to fucking forget to charge his laptop on the most important challenge.
Yeah.
No.
I could put on my eyeliner for it, but I forget to freaking charge the damn laptop.
Erik and electronics is not your friend, man.
Just as long as I look good.
I'm curious to see who else will do it, or if people will actually do it. Who knows?
Yeah, Davey 504, man, you got to do this shit.
Yeah, come on, Davey, you got to do it. Yeah. Even if you don't even have to mention us. You know what? You don't have to give us any credit or anything like that. We don't give a shit. But if you can do it to raise money and spread the word, because you obviously have a bigger audience than us.
What we're hoping this does is like, again, everyone loves challenges, and so all of you out there, nominate one of your friends, nominate somebody to do it, and get it circulating. Let's get this going, because Ukraine needs us. Ukraine needs us any way possible. And I think this is a fun way to do it, a dangerous way at times, but it's a fun way to do it.
Fun for me, not for you.
Yeah, and I just haven't, and I'm surprised I haven't seen a lot of like challenges for lately. You remember there was a time when these challenges were like, there's a Tide Pod one, the ice ship one. There was one that something to do with.
Well, I guess it's kind of not the situation where you do a challenge and make fun of something when people are dying, but we're sick motherfuckers, so Yeah. Either way, as long as you raise the money, right? Who gives a shit how it's done?
And you know what? For what it's worth, I know he probably won't do it, but Tobias Forge of Ghosts, one of my favorite bands, that new album just dropped, and I can't get the damn album out of my head because it's so damn catchy and good. It's like, but I'm nominating Tobias Forge. I will be hitting it up on Twitter to take this challenge as Papa. You got to do it as Papa Ford, though.
Oh, that'd be cool, yeah, because he fucking all of his makeup
with the makeup and shit. Or one of your nameless ghouls do it. if
I say he should do the one chip challenge and be sprayed in the eyes with pepper spray at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And pour hot sauce in his fucking ears. No, just let's go.
Just so everyone knows, just for everyone knows, the Carolina Reaper is right below police issued pepper spray. That's how hot the Carolina Reaper is.
But didn't you say Steve-O has his own hot sauce and he actually poured it in his eyes?
I've had it before. I've had it before. It's hot, but it's not super hot or anything. But it's hot enough to where, he puts it in his freaking eye in front of Chef
why
Ramsay.
Would you do that? Out of all the things you could do, why would you put hot sauce in your eyes?
So it's a jackass thing.
I know, but still. Yeah, let me go blind for entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a show here. If you're capable of moving on, Erik, if you're capable of still speaking.
I think so. Yeah. I'm starting to feel normal again.
I mean, so this must be, we should say that it's Paqui, right?
Yeah. P-A-Q-U-E no, P-A-Q-U-I. P-A-Q-U-I. Paqui.
Paqui. I think Erik didn't suffer enough, so I think you need to make one fucking hotter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one hotter. And again, everyone is going to, if you do this challenge and it takes off, here's the thing, and I'm talking to you, Paqui, however you say your name, because people are going to be ordering this off, Amazon or wherever you get it. And
you're going to get business.
Yeah, you're going to be getting business because everyone's going to take this challenge, and you're looking at $20 a pop, 30 or whatever it is per chip. So we want you to donate some of that profit. if not all of it, to the Ukraine
that
as
one
well.
chip only costs like 30 cents to make. Come on.
30 cents to make. Yeah.
That chip ain't no fucking $20 worth of hot sauce.
So everyone tag them, hashtag one chip challenge for Ukraine. Hashtag that and attach it to Paqui and get the noise going. And hopefully they could donate some money too as well. And let's get everyone on board with this.
You can't tell me that fucking growing a pepper costs as much as growing a head of lettuce.
Yeah,
and a head of lettuce is like a fucking $1 or something. So
exactly.
I'm pretty sure somebody's price gouging there so they can afford to fucking donate some of that money.
And maybe Ed Curry, we should call it Ed Curry, the guy that invented the Carolina Reaper. Maybe he can donate to as well, since his pepper is in this thing. And
yeah, everybody, just fucking everybody donate.
He's the famous pepper guy that everyone.
Let's help get Russia out of Ukraine before those motherfuckers destroy anymore. Because I don't know if you saw that one where they bombed that theater or something, man.
They bombed the theater, and I was miraculously, I guess some people were like survived it or something. From when I saw it.
From what I saw, that they actually put signs on the outside in big letters of the theater saying children. Yeah. Mm-hmm. On both sides, so that way if they were targeting it, they would see that children are in this building. The fact that they didn't fucking know, fuck you, Russia, and your leaders and your dipshit fucking Putin, for doing that shit, man. That's some fucked up shit right there. Yeah. Let's change the direction here a little bit so we don't get too emotional and
let's get happy.
Shit. So you know what? Let's get fucking super pumped, man. Let's get super pumped for fucking super pumped. I don't know if anyone's out there on Showtime. There's a new show called Super Pumped.
Yep, produced by the guys of Billions.
But it's basically about the founder of Uber, right?
Yeah.
How the motherfucker came up with the idea. Just so we won't give away too many spoilers, but the fucking opening scene is about them talking about the whole situation where girls were getting raped in the back of the fucking car.
Yeah. Right?
Because the Uber drivers were taking advantage of them. So they came up with a brilliant idea to make money off of that fucking shit, man. What was it called? A safety fee, right?
Oh,
so their idea was to charge a safe drive fee, like $1. If you paid an extra $1, we'd make sure to put you with a safe driver, I think is what the whole concept
I don't think I've
was.
ever seen that on whenever I get an Uber, I don't think I've ever seen that fee.
Well, I'm sure they canceled it I'm sure that idea got canceled real fast. Because, I mean, who couldn't figure out that you're fucking charging people $1 just for a fucking fake ass.
Plus, how does that really ensure that you're going to get a safe driver?
Exactly. I'm sure they were called out on it real fast. But but obviously the show doesn't tell you yet how that went down.
Look how nice Ted Bundy was and how good looking he was. He was
what a fucked up concept to make money off of people, like, just some guys, some girl got drunk and a guy's taking advantage of her. So you know what? We'll make sure that doesn't happen by charging him $1 fee.
What I like about this show now that it's out, like now next time I take an Uber, I have something to talk to the driver about. Hey, you watch that show? How do you feel about it?
To tell you the truth, I've never used Uber. I've only used Lyft because for some reason I've
only used Uber and never used Lyft. I couldn't figure out the damn app on Lyft for some reason.
Oh, really?
I could, but it was too wonky. It was like a few years ago when I tried it for the first time and I just couldn't get it. But I hear they are cheaper and a little bit better. But
yeah, I've always used Lyft. I've never used Uber. So, but I love how he was going to make the deal with Lyft to buy them out, and he fucked it up because he was such an arrogant asshole.
Yeah,
just such a dick about. Like, in other words, he could have made a good deal and been the top of the king or king of the world. And the main actor is what? Gordon? What's his name?
I always get his name wrong. It's either Joseph Gordon-Levitt or Joseph, or is it Gordon Joseph Levitt?
I don't know. I think it's Gordon.
Yeah,
Joseph.
He was supposed to do the Sandman, from what I understand. I don't know if he backed out or maybe he is actually. Maybe he's part of that new one coming out on Netflix. But I remember he was supposed to be attached to the new Sandman.
I don't think he would be more of like a Loki character. I don't think he would play a good Sandman.
Well, he was supposed to be the one producing it. Yeah, it was a few years ago. I read it. He was really involved in getting it going. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know if this new one coming out is what he was been working on this whole time, but yeah.
I mean, I love him as an actor, but he always seems to play the same fucking character, man. He's one of those actors, and he does it really well. He plays one of those type of like Fortune 500 guys or fucking underdog billionaire, like some douchebag rich guy that you should hate, but you end up liking for some reason. I don't know.
I forget he's a kid who was in Third Rock from the Sun or something.
That's a good example of somebody who was a child actor and survived in this business.
Yeah, hear that, Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
Doesn't make crazy
Take some
videos.
notes, motherfucker.
Doesn't make wacky videos and songs.
Well, maybe it comes down to the parents. Maybe Corey just didn't have good parents, and Gordon. Super pumped. It's on Showtime.
It's a good movie or a good series.
It's up to the 3rd episode at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to get better. But I just love his attitude. Again, he's kind of a scumbag, but again, we've worked in sales rooms like that where you're just like...
They reminded me a lot of that.
Yeah, you're just like this guy who doesn't give a shit. You just want to win and you just... Yeah. But that's the way all those tech guys are, man. They're just fucking... They're animals when it comes to that shit.
The one thing I hate about Uber, like, I don't know if you probably the same, I don't know if you have this issue with Lyft, but every car I get into in an Uber, I have trouble with the seatbelt, like, for some reason. I can never get the seatbelt on.
Really? That's weird. Like, I've never had... Like I said, Lyft, I've always had nice drivers.
Main thing I struggle with. I don't know. Like, I'll be in a car of a friend, like, you know, when I drive with you guys or something, I click the seatbelt, it goes on fine. But anytime I go on, like, in an Uber, I can never get the seatbelt. It's almost like, does anybody else have this issue where, like, if you take a crap in someone else's bathroom, it's harder to wipe your ass for some reason? So it's like, I don't know if it's some kind of psychological thing or something, but
I've never taken a crap in somebody else's bathroom.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't
why.
do that.
Or if you take a crap anywhere else but your own bathroom, it's hard to wipe your ass for some reason. Like, it's like you can't get the positioning right. You're like,
you're not used to that toilet.
It's weird. Like, so the same with the Uber car. Like, I can't ever get the damn seatbelt right. Hey, the last Uber I took back from the concert, I went to, I forgot what, I think it was a Ghost concert I went to, and I had an Uber driver. He's really cool. He actually was teaching me how to do the throat singing, like that, like that. Because I wanted to incorporate that in some of my music, and he's actually was really good at it, and he was kind of teaching me the technique.
How fucking bored is that Uber driver that he's fucking cool, teaching people how to throat sing?
Yeah, he said that's what he did back in Louisiana. Like, him and his buddy, like they just sat around and did a bunch of throat singing. Like, hey, like the band The Who. Like, there's a Mongolian band called The Who, like HU or whatever. And I really like those guys, and they do a lot of that throat singing. And I was like, damn, I'd like to put some of that in Death Cryptopia music. Just gotta learn it. I can do it sometimes, and then you gotta hit that note. But he was telling me, like, how you gotta open up your something with he's naming all these, like, scientific terminology for, like, the stuff that's inside your throat. Like, he really knew his stuff, and I'm thinking, like, how do you even, like, visualize what you're gonna do inside your throat, like, to be able to do something like that? Like,
it's called a toothpick. You use a fucking toothpick, and you jam it in there, and you fucking spread open your throat, and then you can do it.
How the hell they do that shit? Yeah,
I don't know. How they do that,
so Uber can be a good experience, but I hate my problem with Uber, like, or even taking those ride shares, is it's always the goodbye. Like, you have to, when you get out, like, you pull up, and then it's that awkward moment where you, okay, well, goodbye. Like,
like, you don't know what to do. Do you hug?
Yeah, you don't know what to say or do, or like, it's just like. And then sometimes you just don't. Oh shit! I just rubbed my eye.
Oh, I just saw that. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Eric?
Okay, well, I'm not feeling anything so good. It'll creep up on me.
So the funny part is about the show is that his right hand man becomes that. The guy that eventually because I know that is he Pakistani or is he Indian or something?
Who the guy that kind of joined his team or whatever from the investor?
He's the new CEO right now. So, but from the show, according to the show, he's just as bad as, because obviously he allows all this shit to go on.
Yeah.
He protects him. So all these people thinking, oh, they have a new CEO. He took over the company now. I don't know. This was a few years ago when it happened, when all that whole scandal about the girls and all that shit. But that guy's just as bad because obviously he's right along with it. He's going along with it.
Yeah.
He's coming up with ideas too and shit. And the famous line is "Are you an asshole?" Right? When he interviews everybody.
Yeah.
Are you an asshole?
Yeah, I was wondering why he was doing that. Like, I thought it was kind of cool.
Because it's true, you got to be an asshole to fucking.
Yeah. Now I want to look up the real owner and see what he's really like. How close Joseph plays his character.
I'm sure there's videos on YouTube of him out there. There got to be because they did all those they always do those stupid conventions where they fucking talk in front of everybody and.
Yeah, now my eyes starting to burn a little bit. Like it's starting to creep up. Hey, just as long as I don't touch my balls, man. I've done that before. Something hot in my when I touch my balls. I'm sitting there watching TV, my balls are on fire. Like,
don't touch the pee-pee hole.
How does that happen? Like, how does your skin have like taste buds? Like,
well, it has pores. There's pores on your skin. Like, that's where you sweat and stuff. And
I thought it was just taste buds that made you feel the heat. And
well, I mean, it's still a burning sensation. I mean, I mean, if you put fire on your skin, you're going to feel it the same as you put it on your tongue. I mean, heat is heat, no matter where you go. What did you like about the Super Pumped, Erik?
Yeah, I liked it. Well, the acting for one, and just it's very hype. Like I said, it reminds me. Obviously, it's produced by the guys that does Billions, so it's got that fast paced environment that just keeps you engaged. So that's what I like about it. And you don't think about Uber a whole lot, and then you watch a series about it, and you're like, okay, this is kind of
yeah. And actually, right now, because of the high gas prices, a lot of people are changing their mind about being Uber drivers. And based on that show, is like the whole business model is based on having enough drivers.
Well, that's what I was kind of tripping out, because a few times I've taken Uber in the past like month or so coming back from concerts, the price wasn't really that much higher than it normally is, and I take the bus a lot too, and I'm surprised the bus fare hasn't gone up with these high prices. Well,
because I'm sure that Uber, the company itself, because if you watch that series, you pretty much see that Uber is not viable. It's burning way more money than it can actually make by paying the drivers to keep them out and about. But the idea is that if people get hooked on it, they'll be so lazy that they won't buy cars, they won't drive cars. I don't like Uber. I mean, obviously I've used Lyft. I don't like Uber. I don't like Lyft because I think it's bad for the economy. It's bad for the environment. It's bad for traffic.
What is the difference between Uber and Lyft as far as for the economy, for the environment?
Well, they're the same. That's what, they're both bad because they create more drivers on the road. They create more traffic in large cities because you have these single drivers taking cars everywhere, and you have not only do you have people going...
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah. Greta. Well, not only do you have people going to their destination to be dropped off, then you have those drivers coming back through the traffic. So you have you have more traffic than you need to, as if I were to drive by myself.
You should overdub some Greta quotes. What's that one she always says? Yeah. Terrible, or whatever she says.
Yeah. I hate you.
I hate you.
I hate you. So if you guys want to check out Super Pumped, that's our show of the week that we endorse, that we support. So a little bit earlier you were talking about Dolly Parton.
Oh yeah, I mentioned Dolly
one of
Parton.
Our heroes this week, and I 100% agree with you because Dolly Parton, Hey, I remember watching 9 to 5 in the theaters.
Yeah,
with Grandma.
that's still one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, working 9 to 5. And the little whorehouse, what is it called? The little whorehouse in Texas.
Little horse. Oh yeah, she was in that too.
Yeah. I remember seeing that with Grandma, and that's like total nudity and shit. Yeah. And Dolly Parton is, definitely somebody that we have always looked up to because our grandmother turned us on to her a long time ago. Her music, her acting.
She used to always tell us, like, when I first started the band, and when me and Tony started playing, we barely knew how to play our instruments or whatever, but Grandma would always say, you need to make a demo tape and send it to Dolly Parton. She'll give you a record deal. I was like, yeah, sure thing, Grandma.
Can you imagine
upside down crosses.
Going,
we call black mass upside down crosses and freaking look like wasp wannabes and shit. So, yeah, sure, she'd give us a record deal. Go to Memphis.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Grandma ran into Dolly Parton and handed her the demo and be like, here, check out my grandson's band. They're really wonderful.
Yeah. Like to this day, man, like she always said, yeah, you should turn your drawings into Disney, or send them to Disney, you'll get a job at Disney. It's like, that's always her. Yeah, like, it's that easy, Grandma.
Well, in a way, it helped us dream big. That kind of gave us the idea that you can do anything, because Grandma was always like,
that's
hey,
what I loved
do
about
this.
it. Yeah. And Dolly Parton,
difficult?
Dolly Parton, 76 years old. She does plan to make a rock album after this. I thought it was so cool because that's what now here's the thing with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they won't take her name out now. They just announced that they're still going to keep her on the ballot and everything.
Assholes.
Because, here's what happened was Dolly did a little bit too late because the ballots already went out to all the voters, and they have to have them all turned in by April something. But most of the people already turned the ballots in. But, I was listening to Eddie Trunk. I was listening to Eddie Trunk, and he just voted for all the rock acts, and he's has the biggest gripe about this, but he turned his in on last Friday. That's not Dolly's fault, because she probably wasn't aware that there was a deadline. She probably just, because she's like she said, her husband is a rock and roller, and her husband probably told her, hey, Dolly, this is kind of, you're in here, you shouldn't be in here, and this and that. Now, a lot of people... And I've come across people that say, well, she should be in it, and I go, well, yeah, but then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame should just be called the Music Hall of Fame, because they're just putting in anything.
Yeah.
This music is considered rock. And that's like if Metallica got a CMA award just because James Hetfield noted that Johnny Cash was one of his influences.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
it doesn't make any sense.
So what's the point? I mean, I'm the last person that like, I'm the first person who will tell you I hate labels on music. I hate genre labels and categories and stuff, but they're there, and the reality is that there is music that is separated by certain genres, and you have to kind of go by that. If you're the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you have to put in rock acts. I mean, look at Boston. Exactly. Boston needs to be in there. Yellow, maybe Yellow's already in there, but there's a lot of bands that's just, Judas Priest, obviously, they're trying to get in there. Because right now it's a joke, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's to the point where they're just, like I said, they're putting anything in there.
I think it's always been a joke.
Well, here's the thing, and I know they're probably doing it because we got to show more diversity. And
no, it's not about diversity. Come on, it's about fucking money. It's about making the bank because they want to expand their audience. Oh, what better way to get country people to come check out their museum in the middle of fucking Ohio? Nobody wants to fucking go there.
Yeah, and a friend of mine brought this up earlier. He said, "Well, what about Johnny Cash? How do you feel about him being in there because he got inducted?" And I go, "Yeah, which is true. If you're to compare Johnny Cash to Dolly, I think Johnny is a little bit more deserving of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he did covers, and plus his music was a little bit more upbeat, and he did the Nine Inch Nails cover, the Depeche Mode cover.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Johnny Cash is known for covering rock and roll songs and making them his own. Not just he did Soundgarden, he did U2.
And Johnny he's a country music Hall of Fame. So the country music has their own Hall of Fame. So that's why Dolly probably felt like, well, why am I in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when I can go to somebody else that's more deserving? And so all the rockers and the metalheads, they all love Dolly Parton now this week because she's like a rock. She's more rock and roll than the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame themselves.
Yes, 100%.
She knows more about it than they do. What is rock and what is not.
And I hope she does put out. It would be cool if she put out a rock album, but if she did it with collaboration with like Slipknot or something, like fucking off the wall bands, like metal bands or something, that would be really fucking cool.
I just saw an article yesterday that her people are already on it. They're like, yep, they're already getting her geared up for a rock album. So like this year, out of the nominees, there was only 5 rock bands. I think there was like 20 nominees. There was only 5 rock bands. There was MC5, Duran Duran, Devo, Judas Priest, obviously, and then forgot a few others. There's a couple others that you would think like, okay, like, and Duran Duran I think should deserve it because they, even though they're pop or whatever, but they, guitar oriented, they play their instruments, they wrote a lot of really good hits, and I think they deserve to be in there as well.
Well, they were on rock stations,
Rock stations,
Duran Duran is played on a rock station.
Yeah.
You would never play Dolly Parton on a rock station, Even Michael Jackson, I don't think really. Michael Jackson would be iffy as far as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I brought this up earlier on Twitter. I was like, I replied, I think, to Gene Simmons' post because he was giving Dolly some praise, and I asked Gene, I go, he hasn't replied because he's probably never going to reply, but I said,
like
what are the chances? I go, what are the chances of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has been getting kickbacks? Because if you think about it, it's only been about 10 years since they first inducted somebody who wasn't rock. I think it was a rap artist 10 years ago. Maybe it was NWA or somebody. And that's when it kind of started to be just putting anybody in. Because before that, they would just stick to rock before that, even though they snub a lot of deserving bands, but they still stuck with rock mostly. But it's only recently they started doing it. And who has a lot of money but like hip hop and pop artists? Like I said, I bet you will see Britney Spears in there, and they must be getting payola, like, because they're supposed to be a nonprofit, right?
I don't think
that's what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is.
I highly doubt they're.
It cost $200 million to build that building in wherever they're at in Ohio, but they say, like, I think it was like 80% of it was donated money, and then the rest was money through investors. But yeah, $200 million that they put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back when it first started. But I just have a feeling that because payola, nothing wrong with that, but I just kind of think, I wonder if that's why a lot of these artists are getting in there, because they're kicking back some money behind closed doors.
Of course. I mean, because it boosts their album sales. It boosts I'm sure there's producers that own the music to Dolly Parton or whatever, that if she gets inducted, the record sales are going to go through the roof, and that's money for them. So of course they're going to help support her. Oh, let's put her in there, so that way we need a boost on our royalties.
If they keep going this route, then I think they're going to have to just change the name to the Music Hall of Fame. I think that would be an appropriate name for it. That way they can just put everybody in it and be cool with it, and just let's create a new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think Eddie Trunk should actually do one. tweeted to him, I was like, yeah, you should do the Eddie Trunk Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, a real one, where you got.
Well, his would be more the Metal Hall of Fame. There is no Metal Hall of Fame when you think about it.
Well, there is one, but it's very low key. It's only shown on YouTube and stuff, and they just do like Jeff Tate was inducted last year on one. It's called the Metal Hall of Fame. It's done by the guy Richard Popoff, or I think John Popoff or whatever. There's some other guy that runs it. No, but Eddie Trunk is hard rock and metal. He's like, he talks about it all the time, but I think he would actually be because he's such a big name in rock and metal, that I think he can actually start one up and actually just make it like legitimate, but because he's got the people and he's got all the bands to back it up and stuff, especially with Sebastian Bach,
It reminds me on Howard Stern, how Howard Stern would always be inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame, and he would just rip them and make fun of it and just say, that's just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, nobody gives a shit about the Radio Hall of Fame. They're just doing it just to get publicity and just to get people to go to their stupid museum, because they probably charge $10 a pop for people to go to some museum and see a microphone by somebody or a guitar from somebody or an outfit. And that's what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame does. They're making all their money. And if you put something from Dolly Parton in there, then you get all the country music for, let's go to Ohio to see that dress from Dolly Parton. It's all a scam. Everything in this world is a fucking scam, man. I'm sorry, but it is. It's just a way to get people to spend their money on stupid shit.
Very true.
Which, I'm going to go to Dollyland. If I want to see something from Dolly Parton, I'm going to go to fucking Dollyland.
Yep.
And ride the fucking Dolly Parton roller coaster. Shit. That's still a thing, right? There's still Dollyland. Isn't there an amusement park by Dolly Parton?
Yeah, she's got a music place. Like I said, she's got all the money. She's got all the accolades, awards. But I think the moral of the story is the fact that Dolly Parton is the one that said, she's the one that recognized, like, because anybody else could have done this too. Like, Jay-Z or anybody could have done this. LL Cool J could have done this, but they didn't. But Dolly Parton's the one that said, you know what, even though like in her mind, she probably thought she was doing good, that she'd be taken off, but she didn't know that it was too late. But at least she made the effort to say, hey, I don't deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'll make a rock album. And if you guys feel I need to be in it then that's great. I'll definitely accept it. So the best thing she could do is just not show up if they do end up putting her in as an inductee, if she gets enough votes. Then I guess the best she could do is just not show up and not participate that way.
And they'll look like a bunch of dicks if they do actually put her through at this point.
Yeah, because even Iron Maiden, like they even said, like Iron Maiden doesn't give a fuck about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they should be in it no matter what. But they made it clear that if they were inducted, they just wouldn't show up. They wouldn't take it or nothing.
And a lot of bands don't. A lot of bands have that same attitude. But
there's like bands like Judas Priest who really want to be. Like Rob Halford's always trying to push his fans. But Rob Halford didn't understand that the fan vote doesn't really get you in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It does help.
No, it's all the uppity ups, the fucking people that own the record industry. Like I said, it's all about them making money on record sales. And
the only real rocker they have in there right now, like that's kind of they can sway, is Tom Morello, from Rage. He's like one of the voters or whatever, or one of the people that nominates. But even his hands are tied, when it comes to like making the final decision on who gets in.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, Baba Booey's somebody who nominates.
Yeah.
as Howard Stern always makes fun of him for fucking. Yeah. Like, what qualification do you have? You don't even play a guitar. What qualification do you have to pick who should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? But I digress. So our heart goes out to Dolly Parton. She is a true patriot. She is a true hero to the music industry. She always has been.
And I think she could actually pull off a Playboy centerfold if Playboy was still doing nudity.
Way to sexify it, Eric. Way to fucking turn it into a sexist.
Yeah. He's still pretty hot for a 76-year-old.
Yeah. You just demean the whole conversation by making it sexual. Everyone else is thinking it too, so fuck it.
Yeah. What does she look like naked, I wonder?
Yeah. I mean, people have been wondering that since she was fucking 20 years old, I'm sure.
A lot of people talk about her boobs, like, oh, they're big boobs. I'm never really a boob person. I just think she's a good-looking woman, and I think she still pulls it off at her age. Because I know she's had work done, probably, like all celebrities her age, but whoever her surgeon is doing a really, really good job, because she don't have that. Yeah. You have some of those people have that look that you could tell they had surgery because their lips are all weird looking.
Just be careful, Dolly Parton. Don't end up like Joan Rivers. So
yeah, don't end up like Joan Rivers, because
don't die on the operating table.
Yeah, some people just have really good surgeons where you just can't tell.
So let's shift gears again back onto something that is important for the whole show that we've been talking about, which is Ukraine. I want to bring up again Dee Snider and his foundation, or the thing that he's pushing is worldunited.live.
Yep.
It's basically what he's doing is he's trying to get everyone to protest one of the largest, what did he call it? Flash mob.
Yeah.
He wants to create the largest flash mob in history where when you are given the certain time and date, you are going to go out and hopefully all the streamers, all the content creators will stream at that exact same time and protest to let Russia know the truth behind Ukraine and what's really happening.
And I think he's talking about, I don't know if I misunderstood or read it, but is there going to be like bands performing? Like, cause I thought I heard him say something about it's going to be like Live Aid, like it could be like as big as Live, like there will be a performance or some kind of something that like the end game or whatever, you know?
Well, maybe everybody's going to do it. Like I said, maybe when he gives that date, a band's going to be playing like live stream, like everybody's going to be live streaming something at the exact same time. So obviously if you have LA Guns playing wherever they're at, and if you have Twisted Sister playing wherever they're at on TikTok, I mean, everybody's going to be confused. They're not going to know what to watch.
Yeah.
You know, we respect Dee Snider. We love you and Twisted Sister. Always have, always will.
And my rock hero from the high school days. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, how many times were you put down and I was put down for having long hair, for looking different, and you listen to the fucking Twisted Sister, you know, we're not going to take it, and it just fucking pumps you up.
What do you want to do with your life? Yeah, it's cool. Like right now he's targeting celebrities on Twitter, like tagging them, and so right now he's going after George Takei, trying to get him to respond, and he's been tweeting like crazy. I've been retweeting his stuff, and that's what I love about Dee Snider. He makes Twitter fun. Like I used to hate Twitter, but like ever since I started following him, he makes it fun because he actually interacts with his fans, and he's just super cool. Like he's interacted with me a couple of times, and I think Fozzy, the Chris Jericho, he actually got him involved.
Well, he's just one of those guys that kind of makes you feel like he's one of you and you're one of him, you know, like as if you could just hang out with him and be cool. And
he's a voice for a lot of people who can't speak out too, you know, which is cool. Yeah,
since the beginning, you know, the whole like, what was it? Stood up to Congress. And
yeah, the PMRC, he was the one that pretty much tipped the scales there. Like,
so Dee Snider, we commend you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
What did you tell Tippo Gore back then? He's like, yeah, the reason, because she thought the lyrics were somehow sadomasochism. He's like, yeah, it's because you fantasize about it. It's like, you got Under the Blade, the song or whatever. It
was about my guitar player having throat surgery. And if you wanted masochism, that's what you thought. You brought it on yourself, bitch.
You know, Al Gore probably thinking, oh shit, I'm going to be in the doghouse tonight. A lot of people are doggone Republicans for being about censorship, but a lot of people don't remember, or maybe they forgot that the PMRC was actually Democratic led, you know, because Tippo Gore was Democrat, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they were all against saving the children. And, oh my God, explicit lyrics. They said fuck. Oh, not like.
Best thing never happened to music though when they did that. It backfired because they put that warning sticker on it. Just made them sell more.
Yeah, that just made people go fuck yeah. Let me buy that album.
Especially Two Live Crew, because Two Live Crew was one of the ones that were snagged up and all that. Because they were like super sexual. Remember, they were like the rap. Yeah. They were the hardcore rap band. It was like degrading women and stuff and. Shit. You didn't even need a warning sticker with them. It was right there in your face, you know, even in their videos. But it just made them sell more records. And Frank Zappa, he could commend him for being there too as well. Him and Dee Snider, I think, made the biggest impact on that whole thing happen. They should make a movie on that. That should be the next movie.
Yeah, and Dee Snider can play himself because he's actually a pretty good actor. And
Strangeland, a horror movie, did.
I've always looked up to him, you know, growing up, you know, from our childhood all the way through anything, you know, you always hear about him doing something. It's always the right thing for some reason, you know, because every rock star, everybody does something stupid at some point in their life. And I'm sure he probably has done stupid things, but it seems like everything Dee Snider does has always been like a good person, like he's fucking... Like
it comes from a good place.
He's the valedictorian of fucking metal.
Yep. And he doesn't do drugs or drinks, and crazy as fuck, but that's what kind of made me admire him. Like, wow, you mean I can actually be crazy and not have to do all that shit? But, you know, 'cause I end up getting addicted to drugs and alcohol, and then I think like, well, shit, how come Dee Snider can do all that and be sober?
He's like the big brother role model and
Maybe
shit.
I can too, yeah.
Thank you, Dee Snider. Thank you for your service to the metal scene and to America.
Yes.
And the World United Live. So everybody, if you can, go to World United Live.
Or worldunited.live.
Worldunited.live. Go there. Check it out. You'll see his message on there.
You'll see Arnold Schwarzenegger's, Just
sign up for it, because when you put your email address in or when you sign up, they're going to notify you when this super duper flash mob is going to be, and you definitely want to be a part of it because it's part of history, I'm sure. Go do it, or check out Dee Snider on Twitter and anywhere. I mean, fuck you.
Follow him on Twitter. Yep.
If you know us, but you don't know who Dee Snider is, then there's something fucking wrong with you.
Yeah.
So I don't need to sit here and promote Dee Snider.
Well, I had a guy the other day. I had a guy the other day when we were talking about rock, and he's like, I love rock and 80s metal and stuff. And I go, yeah. And I brought up Dee Snider. He's like, what? He's still doing stuff? He's still out there?
Really?
Yeah, he just put out a new album. It's fucking badass.
That just shows that once people get a certain age, they become completely oblivious to everything around them.
This guy was like my age. Like, I'm 53. This guy was like 54. I'm 53. And it was like
I think you just turn your brain off after 30. You just kind of stop thinking about new. Because like it's a lot of work to fucking think of something new,
Exactly.
Like, I'm already too old for that shit. I don't want no new album.
Yeah, you got the internet. There's no excuse not knowing what's going on out there. I love when they say, Iron Maiden's my favorite band. I go, yeah, hear about the new album. Really? They got a new album out? Like,
what's that?
Last album
they're still playing?
Yeah,
I thought they broke up 20 years ago.
I thought they got a new singer. Blaze Bailey or something. And your favorite band? What? How do you not know this shit?
Oh, you gotta love the Gen Xers, the boomers, and the dipshits in this world, man. All right, guys, we want to thank everybody for listening to us. Of course, we appreciate your support, and we hope that you will share this with other people, so that way, if not just for our sake of getting the show out there, but for the sake of supporting Ukraine, supporting Dee Snider, and all the other people that are putting their life on the line to help protect others. Because we know we're too chicken shit to do that. Fuck that. I'm a selfish motherfucker. I'm staying at home. I'm protecting my family, and that's it.
Yeah, and I almost died from a hot chip for this shit, man.
Yeah. So Erik, you're a fucking war hero right there. You're a chip hero.
I'm a chip hero, man.
The fucking hot chip hero, Erik D. Fulmer.
Hot chip hero. I'm going to write that song. Jukebox hero.
But as always, if you guys want to connect with us, you can check us out anywhere on social media, Gen X Bros. But follow us on there. You can email us at genxbros@gmail.com. Eric's about to have a nervous breakdown with his chip residue.
Yeah.
Help support us. Help support the channel and share us with everyone around you. Your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, people in the grave.
Yep. And one more. If you do the hot chip challenge, remember, be safe about it. Don't be a Tide Pod eater. Don't be a
you
Tide Pod.
You keep saying the Tide Pod challenge. Was there ever really a Tide Pod?
There was a challenge.
You're not supposed to, what do you do with the Tide Pod? You're not even supposed to touch that shit. It's poison.
Kids, that was a challenge. These kids would just eat them.
That was actually a real thing? Like people were dumb enough to. I thought it was just a joke. I didn't know people were actually doing a Tide Pod challenge.
Who started it was these teenagers. And
how stupid can you be?
And it just caught on, and some of them just ended up fucking in the hospital over it. It's like.
You know what? I'm gonna do the fucking 10 metal challenge. I'm just gonna eat some 10 and see what happens if it doesn't break my teeth. I mean, how fucking stupid are you?
10 metal challenge.
I'm gonna break my hand challenge. I'm just gonna punch something till my hand breaks. Ooh, that's a challenge.
Now watch this start. It's all gonna come back to you.
People's stupidity. People have to be responsible for their own stupid actions. I'm sorry, but especially if you're over 18. If you're under 18. Maybe down to 13, you kind of, it's 50-50. Anything under 13, then it's the parents' responsibility. But
exactly
13, 14, you should be fucking smart enough to figure that shit out, man. And then once you're 18, fuck you. You're a fucking idiot if you do something stupid. That's why you're an adult.
Abortion should be legal up until the age they start making stupid decisions. What is that? 13.
We're pro-abortion up until 13.
Up until 13 years old.
A coat hanger can still get it done.
Yeah, it's not murder; it's abortion.
It's just called not wanting to be a mother no more.
Pass this law.
Shit, we would have been poked with a coat hanger a long time ago. Our mommy would have done jabbed us good. Get the fuck out of here, you little shitheads. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. That's the show. We'll see you next week. Woo-hoo.